Today we're going to be making a delicious soft loaf of honey whole wheat bread. This is a great recipe for beginners. If you have mastered the white sandwich bread loaf and you are ready to move on to something a little more hearty, then this video is for you. It's simple and easy to make and practically no fail. And we're not going to use any special techniques. We're not going to use any molasses or other ingredients like that. It's a simple recipe that works really well in the bread machine. I'm Dorinda and welcome to Butterfly Meadows Homestead. So the first thing we want to do is get our bread pan ready. So you want to make sure your pan is clean and that your paddle is clean, and we are going to oil this paddle before we put it on the stem. So let's measure out our oil. We are going to need 1/4 cup of oil. And you can use butter or other fats for this if you wish. But if you want the simplest, most fail-proof way, I recommend using some kind of vegetable oil or cooking oil. And I dip the paddle in the oil. This oil's the inside of the hole, and then I put it down on the stem. And this helps me to be able to remove the paddle easily when it's time to take it out. And I'm going to go ahead and pour my 1/4 cup of oil into the bread pan. And we need 1 1/3 cup of room temperature water, filtered water. You want to go ahead and pour that in our pan. And we need 1/4 cup of honey. And so I'm going to go ahead and put that in my bread pan. Now we need to add our salt, our yeast, and our flour. We need 2 teaspoons of salt, or 1½ teaspoons if you are using a fine ground table salt. I'm using pink Himalayan salt, which is coarser ground, so I use 2 teaspoons. So 1½ to 2 teaspoons of salt. And we're going to go ahead and put our yeast in with our liquids because we want our yeast to go ahead and get active. So we're going to put in 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. And here I have 1½ cups of fine ground whole wheat flour. And I just want to mention here that whole wheat flour and multigrain flour is not the same thing. Sometimes multigrain flours have very little gluten, and you cannot just swap out multigrain flour for whole wheat flour in a recipe. That will require a different recipe. So we need 1½ cups of bread flour also. And this is a ½ cup measuring cup, so I'll need 3 scoops. 3 level ½ cups. Don't pack your flour into your cup, just spoon it in or scoop it lightly if your flour is fluffy and not packed. So now we have all of our ingredients in our pan, and I'm going to put it in the bread machine. And as it begins to mix, I'm going to show you the dough ball, because the consistency of your dough ball is key to the success of your loaf of bread, and we'll be looking at that and see if we need to add more water or add more flour, and I'll explain what to look for. And we are going to use menu option 1, actually, which is the white bread setting. You could use the whole wheat setting, but since we are doing half whole wheat and half bread flour, I am going to use setting number 1. And we are going to use the 2-pound loaf size. For the crust color, I am going to choose a medium color. So we have a 2-pound loaf. We are on menu option number 1, and we have the medium crust color. And we're going to hit start. And after this mixes for about 4 minutes or so, we'll come and check and see if we need to do any scraping down on the sides and see what our dough ball looks like. So our dough ball has been mixing for about 3 or 4 minutes, and I just want to show you the consistency of the dough ball. It is fairly sticky. It is forming a ball. Let me make sure I can get this view. It is forming a ball. It is fairly sticky, and it may be sticking to the pan just a little bit, and it's kind of wet, will stick to your fingers. This is normal when you're using whole wheat. Whole wheat flour takes longer to absorb liquids. So what we're going to do, since this is all well mixed, is we are going to pause the machine and we are going to let it sit here for about 10 minutes and give that whole wheat flour time to absorb the liquids, and then we will restart our cycle. So our bread dough has been sitting here for about 10 minutes, and we are going to restart the machine, and we're going to let that go for another 5 minutes, and then we'll decide if we need to add some flour or some water. We are going to scrape down the sides of our pan, and you may notice that your dough ball seems a little more wet than normal, but that is because whole wheat flour takes longer to absorb liquids. So it's much slower in absorbing the liquid, and it's much slower at forming the gluten that is needed. So a wet, tacky dough ball is perfectly normal. And you can see it stretches. I'm getting it here on the spatula. You can see it stretches. It's already beginning to form some gluten. So it's nice and stretchy, but it's still very tacky and wet. And that is absolutely normal. If your dough ball is too firm and too dry at this point, it's going to be too tight and it won't rise properly. So with whole wheat, you want a wetter dough ball than you would if you were using white flour. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to reset our machine to the basic white. You can use the whole wheat setting if you want. On the KBS, whole wheat is number 5, and I'm using number 1. You could use either one of those settings. Just if you have more success on the whole wheat setting, then use it. Or if you want, you can use keep it simple and use the number 1 setting. So we are going to go ahead and put it back on 2-pound loaf in a medium color and hit start. And we're going to let that mix. We'll check it in a minute or so, but I think this dough ball is looking really good, and I don't think we're going to have to do anything to it. Okay, I just want to show you what this dough ball looks like after it has been mixing for about 30 minutes. See how it's a nice shape, a nice round shape. It is still kind of tacky, not super tacky, and it's soft. I'm going to pause it for a minute so I can show you. It's soft. See how it bounces back when I press on it? And it's stretchy, but it's a little tacky. That's how you want your whole wheat dough ball to look. This is shaping up to be a wonderful loaf of honey wheat bread. It's almost time for our bread to come out of the machine. There's the beep. You want to hold your stop button until you turn the machine off so that it doesn't continue to warm. And we have a beautiful loaf of whole wheat bread. Just look at this. Now you want to make sure it's not stuck in the pan. I always give it a little shake. I'm going to let it sit here for a minute so that it can release from the pan. And while I'm waiting on that, I just want to let you know that in the description box below this video, there will be a link to the recipe, and there will also be a link for the 1.5 pound loaf if you want to make a smaller loaf of whole wheat bread. So the link will be there, and you basically follow all the same instructions as far as the cycle, but you will choose the 1.5 pound loaf size, and of course choose the crust color that you desire, which I think medium gives a nice color crust to this bread. I believe our bread is ready to come out of the pan. I did remove the paddle before the final rise, so it only left the little hole from the stem. Now, very important, this is true with all bread, but especially true with whole wheat bread. You want to let it cool completely. We're going to let this loaf cool for at least an hour. If you cut into whole wheat bread before it is cool, it will turn gummy. It'll just be gummy and doughy, and you'll think you did something wrong, but the only thing you did was cut it before it was cool. So I'm going to cover it up with a cotton towel, and we're going to let it cool completely, and then we'll slice into it and look at the beautiful crumb. We are ready to slice into our honey whole wheat bread. Oh my, just look at this beautiful crumb. And it is so soft. See how soft? It's just so soft, very soft. It has a very soft texture. Would make great sandwiches or toast or anything you want to do with it. So I hope you'll give this honey whole wheat bread a try. It is a great recipe for beginners. And remember, the link to the recipes is in the description box below. And if you would be interested in making some more delicious bread machine recipes, watch this video.